Happy Monday and welcome back into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I hope all of you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I had a great one as well. Now, don't forget, I say it every single day. If you don't follow and like East Alabama Now's page, what are you doing? You're obviously not doing the right things. Because I tell you right now, Santa Claus is about to come to town. He ain't going to be giving you no gifts if you don't like our page, because that means you made the naughty list. So in order to make the nice list, you need to like our East Alabama Now page right now. Also, the EAN News page. Every night right here in Calhoun and Cleveland County, we have local news, preview basketball games. We talk about them. We break them down. Any local breaking news, Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards has got it. And John Holder, he doesn't just talk football. He knows a thing or two about weather too. Now, I couldn't do the weather because I don't know a thing about it. I don't even check to see how cold it's going to be every day. It'd be pretty cold if you didn't follow us, though. So I think you should follow EA News and not miss it, because we're here every night at 6:30 p.m. But we're in the locker room. It feels good to be back. I got me a good food over Thanksgiving, the mashed potatoes, the mac and cheese, the ham, the turkey. I just had to have it all. And I'll tell you what, there was some breaking news over the week of Thanksgiving, though, and that was that the Calhoun County I should say, made a decision that impacts the sport of golf. Now, I'm a big golf fan. I love to play. I play at Pine Hill, Silver Lakes, Cider Ridge, The Hill. I play at Cane Creek. I play basically anything around here. I love golf. Not very good. Well, some days I surprise myself and shoot pretty good, but most days I don't. And that's how golf works. But what I love about golf is the fact that whether good or bad, I get to come out the next day and recover. If I have a bad day, I get to come back the next day and recover. That's one of my favorite things about golf, period, is the fact that it's multiple days in tournaments. The first day does not define you, because you can come out the first hole, second hole. One bad shot ruins the whole tournament. It doesn't work that way in golf. I think that's what's so great about golf is you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have opportunities to recover. And I feel like you really figure out who the best player is over the course of multiple days. Well, Calhoun County principals and advisories thought otherwise. They have decided to cut the Calhoun County Golf Tournament from 2 days to 1. A vote to reduce the Calhoun County Golf Tournament from 2 days to 1 has certainly landed in the rough. And the reaction from Calhoun County golf coaches has not been a kind one. The tournament has played out on a Friday and a Saturday format for quite a while, but it's now going to switch to a Monday-only format starting in 2024, which is this season. And the tournament is scheduled to be April 1st at Pine Hill Country Club out in White Plains. But the County Coaches and Principals Association voted to half the county tournament back in their meeting in August. But word of the change had not found its way to everyone until now. So why did it take from August 23rd to now for this news to finally break? Well, I don't know, but a lot of people are not happy about it, and most even went to social media to express their opposition. Now, White Plains is the host school for county championships this year, and White Plains principal Andy Ward fielded a proposal for the change. Now, spring is prom season, and moving the golf tournament away from a 2-day weekend format does accommodate the players who might choose not to play because of prom. But administrators had made changes for prom. Like Alexandria's prom often falls on Saturday during the baseball tournament. Well, the administrators reworked the schedule so that the Valley Cubs could play an earlier game. Now, it's unclear at this time whether the tee times could give golf players enough time to get ready for proms, but an 18-hole round typically lasts 4 to 5 hours. A 2-round weekday would mean 2 days out of school for players. Coaches and players from teams typically competitive to win the tournament say that cutting it in half certainly takes something away from it. I got to be honest with you, we caught up with the head coach of Weaver Golf, Justin Brown, and he expressed to us his thoughts on this change from it going from 2 days to 1. Here's Coach Brown.
My thoughts are it's not a good thing to move it from 2 days to 1 day, especially the ones that are voting are necessarily not the ones that are out there. I watched my kids, every one of them, show up on Saturday last year, pouring down rain, cold, go out there to play and finish what they started, and I don't think I would have had a single kid not do it. And then to see their faces when I've told my kids this year that, hey, it's a one-day tournament now, it's not a two-day tournament. It kind of breaks their spirit a little bit. It doesn't make the county tournament seem as exciting or meaningful anymore. So I know me and a couple other coaches in the county have already gotten together, and we're actually going to play 18 holes that Friday. It won't be considered part of the tournament, but we're doing it for our kids. That way they still get 2 days.
I just think they made the wrong choice here. I think moving it from 2 days to one was the worst decision you could have made. What's the point? What makes it special? What now? I mean, I can go out and play a round of 18 holes. We're just playing a match. We're just having fun. A couple buddies getting together. There's no championship atmosphere to it. Where's the tournament feel? They took that away. Here's Coach Brown's opposition on what he would have done, which is the same as mine. I would have left it as it was.
There are some good ideas that have been floated around. You could just leave it 2 days. We're not missing school to be there both days. We're missing school one day, the same amount that we're going to miss for a one-day tournament. So to me, what's the difference? We've never forced kids or teams to be at the county tournament that didn't want to compete on Saturday because they needed to go to prom or get ready for prom or whatever that may be. Let's keep doing that. In life you have to make decisions and they affect you. So why are we restricting that now? As far as what to do, I don't see why it need to be changed in the first place. Most are okay with playing on Friday and then turn around and playing Saturday.
I'm just baffled by this decision. I didn't get to wrestle in one of the biggest tournaments of the year, which was Cleveland County Rumble in the Jungle, because I had to take the ACT. Now, I can go ahead and tell you guys right now, I didn't want to take the ACT. Okay? I would much rather wrestle. But I had to do what I had to do. And you can't play golf in the dark. At least you don't. So is it really affecting prom all that much? I don't think so. I'm not a fan of this decision. I'm sure they had their reasons, but they haven't landed well with me, and they have not landed well with a lot of local coaches, and especially a lot of local players. I'm a little disappointed, but hopefully that will not prevent them from letting me cover the county golf tournament, because I certainly want to be there. But like Coach Brown, I just feel like you should have left it as it was. Now, they tried to change the track meet from 1 day to 2 days. Now, how does that make sense? We cut golf from 2 to 1, but we want to change track from 1 to 2? I mean, anyway. Hey, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk wrestling. Coach Justin Brown's actually an assistant for the Weaver Bearcats. They're hosting a quad on Thursday, or they're going to a quad on Thursday and hosting one on Friday. But we got the whole slate for wrestling this week. Big tournaments coming up. You're watching The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Welcome to Room by Room Home Furnishings, a locally owned and operated furniture store located in Oxford, Alabama. We've been serving Northeast Alabama and the surrounding area since 2007. We offer stylish and affordable new arrivals and all the top trends to help you get a cozy and homey atmosphere with hand-picked home furnishings and decor to fit anybody's style and budget with knowledge, personality, and good vibes. Let Room by Room in Oxford, Alabama help you score amazing deals and turn your house into a home.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston and you can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welborn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space. Whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space, they have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room. Welcome back into the locker room. I'm your host, Namath Pitts. I had a great Thanksgiving. Now, I don't know about you guys. I traveled out of town, spent some time with the girlfriend and her family. We had a great time, ate a lot of good food. I'm full. I'll tell you who didn't get to eat a lot over the course of Thanksgiving, though. That's wrestlers. Now, if you've ever wrestled, you know what it's like to have to manage your weight, to have to watch your weight, to not be able to eat the Thanksgiving dinner. I've been there before. Now, I did cheat a couple times and eat a chicken leg here or there when I wasn't supposed to, and then you go run it off. But either way, it is officially the first week of wrestling action right here in East Alabama. Now, we've previewed a lot of teams leading up to this season. We obviously still haven't got the chance to cover Ohatchee, Sachs, Cleburne County, and Ranburne, which are certainly a few coaches we would like to catch up with before the season gets deep. But you've seen a little bit of action, but it's mostly been junior varsity and girls. But this is the first week of varsity action. And we have got as talented of a group of teams right here in East Alabama that you're going to find in the state of Alabama. And let's start by previewing all the action for this week. And it starts tomorrow on Tuesday. Class 6A, the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Coach Rusty Mayfield's team is opening up with a quad down at Benjamin Russell. Now, everybody remembers Benjamin Russell has had some dudes dating way back into the 70s and 80s. Obviously, a lot of talent has come through Benjamin Russell. Now, Benjamin Russell coming off a late playoff run there in the playoffs, but Oxford Yellow Jacket coach Rusty Mayfield's team starting their varsity action at Benjamin Russell. This is a quad, which means it's going to feature 4 teams. Oxford, Benjamin Russell, Russell County, and Mountain Brook. So Mountain Brook's going to make the trip up. Some very talented teams right there, Mountain Brook, Benjamin Russell. Russell County's had a few guys over the years, and Oxford. So that is the Yellow Jackets start tomorrow night out at Benjamin Russell. For the Walter Welborn Panthers and head coach Ben Carroll, obviously Andrew Salter, Noah Screws, Jerry Lopez, we see Ethan Carroll. There's a lot of excitement around this Welborn program this year. Now they're going to go tomorrow as well to Lincoln. Now Welborn has started the year at Lincoln a lot of mini seasons. And they're going to go to Lincoln. They're going to face a quad as well with the Golden Bears of Lincoln. Childersburg, really kind of a first-year program. Welborn and Childersburg wrestled this summer, but Childersburg kind of opening things up. And St. Clair County. Now, you can go way back into the Hicks days at St. Clair County. Obviously, this is not the same St. Clair County team of the 2010s, 2009, but still a very talented Saints team. And so that's the action for tomorrow for Welborn. They're going to be at Lincoln with Lincoln, Childersburg, and St. Clair County. And those are the only 2 local teams that are wrestling tomorrow on Tuesday. Now let's go ahead to Thursday. Now this is where we start to see a lot more teams get involved. Thursday, Oxford is continuing that action. They're going to make the trip down south to face McAdory. And this is got a good shaping of a quad here. Oxford, McAdory, hello, been state champs, here of recent. Hueytown, and then Mortimer Jordan. Mortimer Jordan, always a very talented program. Obviously, a lot of talent coming back for these programs. And so Oxford certainly, between Benjamin Russell and kind of opening up right here with McAdory, there's a lot to just, I'm trying to pull up something real quick to give a note on these 2 teams that are meeting, because I just thought about something with these 2, and I wanted to bring it up. So I haven't found that yet, but when I get back to it, I will bring it back up. But anyway, Oxford's going to go down to McAdory and try to get their season started strong. Again, Benjamin Russell, McAdory, here's what I was looking for right here. Mortimer Jordan, obviously predicted champion in 6A, so Oxford's going to get Mortimer Jordan on Thursday. McAdory came in at number 7 in the preseason rankings. And you look at these two teams, between the talent level that they have, Caleb Wright stands out for Mortimer Jordan. Brody Christmas has been a reckoning threat for years. And then, of course, there's a lot of talent with Mortimer Jordan, Cruz, Rainwater. You just keep going down the list right here. Aiden Morris, very talented Mortimer Jordan team that Oxford's going to be facing, and McAdory certainly just as talented. Christian Griggs is a guy that stands out for McAdory. It's a talent. It's going to be a great quad. And then Wellborn, we talked about them going to Lincoln. They're also going to continue action. They're going to be at home on Thursday, and they're hosting some talented teams. They're hosting Piedmont. They're hosting Cleburne County. They're hosting Susan Moore. And then, of course, Wellborn. I look at this list of teams. Certainly some good wrestlers. We talked about Andrew Salter, Noah Screws for Wellborn, Jerry Lopez for Piedmont. Isaac Bailey is a talented guy for them. Cleburne County certainly got some talented guys as well. Austin Mayfield, the talent is going to certainly be pretty good between Wellborn's quad at home on Thursday with Piedmont, Cleburne County, and Susan Moore. The Weaver Bearcats are also at home Thursday, boys and girls, as we see Cherokee County, Coosa. I'm believing this is Coosa, Georgia, unless Central Coosa or Coosa Christian got a wrestling team. I'm not familiar with that, but I'm assuming this is Coosa, Georgia, and then West End coming to Weaver, and that's Thursday. Weaver's at Cherokee County on Thursday. So this is Cherokee County hosting this with Weaver, Cherokee County. I'm assuming Coosa, Georgia, and West End. Obviously, Cherokee County has got David Herrick, who's as talented of a wrestler in the state. Weaver's got talent everywhere. Predicted to be number 1 in 1A through 4A. Dalton Fink. We talked with them earlier this year. Hunter Heiss. Deshaun Kirby Barnes. Caden Thornton. I mean, Weaver has talent that is as good as anybody. And so that's one to keep an eye on as they go to Cherokee County. And then Weaver is at home on Friday. That's what I meant. The boys and girls are at home on Friday. There's some talented teams. Weaver's hosting Dora, who they just edged out a year ago for the state championship. They got Montevallo, Asheville, who's preseason ranked number 2 behind Weaver. This is going to be an unbelievable night of wrestling. I look at these teams. Jaden Rouse from Dora coming to Weaver. We just talked about all the talent that Weaver has. Jaden Harris from Asheville. I'm just looking at, again, these preseason rankings right here. Nick Williamson from Asheville. I mean, the talent is Tyler Ebner from Asheville. I'm just kind of, again, going through this list of the Brady Thrash from Asheville. I mean, Aiden Richardson from Dora. The talent, I might have to make my way out there on Friday night if I'm not watching some playoff football at Coosa Christian. If it rains, I might be at Weaver. But and then the girls are also getting to wrestle as well. Now this weekend, we've got 3 tournaments that feature local teams. We'll start with the Golden Bear Classic at Lincoln. Now the Golden Bear Classic features local teams, but the whole teams is Alexandria, Center Point, Childersburg, Clay Chalkville, Elmore County, Gadsden City, Hoover, J.B. Pennington, Lincoln, Oxford, Pinson Valley, Russell County, and St. Clair County. Now, obviously, Alexandria, Oxford are the local teams right here. They're wrestling at the Lincoln Golden Bear Classic. So that's one of the big tournaments on Saturday. Another big tournament, it's a first-year tournament. That's the Lamar Wade Memorial at Walter Wellborn. And this has got some of the best teams in Class 1A through 4A. Here's the Lamar Wade Memorial. American Christian Academy out of Tuscaloosa, Asheville, Cherokee County, Cleburne County, Deschler, Dora, Escambia County, Oak Grove, Ohatchee, Ramburn, Sax, Wellborn, Weaver, West End, White Plains. That is going to be a loaded tournament. Matter of fact, I'm going to be there Saturday. So next Monday, we're going to have all the highlights. We're going to have interviews with winning coaches, MVWs, match of the day. It is going to be a slam-packed show next Monday with action from the Lamar Wade Memorial Tournament at Walter Welborn. And the final tournament Saturday that features local teams is the ASB Homecoming. That's the Alabama School for the Blind. And that features Alabama School for the Blind, John Carroll Catholic, Leeds, New Hope, and then Piedmont and Pleasant Valley. Piedmont and Pleasant Valley are the local teams competing at the ASB Homecoming. That's all the wrestling action for this weekend. We talked about a big one on Friday. We're going to talk playoff football. When we come back, we're going to be joined by the head coach of the Coosa Christian Conquerors, head coach Marco Bryant. Don't go away. You're watching The Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Welcome back into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I am your host, Namath Pitts. Again, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And with that time of the year, it means that we are getting so much closer to the Super 7, which takes place next week in Tuscaloosa. We are joined by a team not too far up, a little bit north of us. That is the Coosa Christian Conquerors. We are joined by the head coach of the Conquerors, head coach Marco Bryant. Coach, welcome into the Locker Room, and thank you so much for taking time to join us this afternoon.
Thank you, Namath, for having us, for sure.
Coach, let's talk about it. Let's pick back up. This season obviously has been a little bit of a roller coaster for you guys, not on the field, but off the field. Now, we're not going to get into all that, but let's talk about your team and what they've been able to accomplish since that opening loss to Geraldine. This is a team that's went on a magnificent run, obviously much improved from a year ago. Just talk about how you would size up your team up to this point in the semis.
Overcoming all the issues they've had to overcome. The season could have went one of two ways. It could have imploded, or, it could have made it stronger and a better ball club, and I think it did the latter, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Coach, last week you guys played Hackleburg at home in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. And you didn't just beat them, Coach. You beat them bad. 63 points offensively, only giving up 13 points defensively. That's kind of been what this team has been driven by, is offense. But I think a lot of people, Coach, don't really realize how good your defense is. There's multiple shutouts, you guys. I'm looking at the calendar right here, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shutouts this season defensively, Coach. I mean, 8 shutouts is something that needs to be talked about. Talk about your defense and just how strong they are.
I believe that is the highlight of the ball club is our defense. We have scored some points, but I don't think it's the offense that makes this ball club. It's the defense, and so we're appreciative of the defensive coaches and the offensive coaches for sure. But the strength of the team is the defense, and it's okay. And so I'm really, really appreciative of our coaches and our players, and just buying into what we're doing, and let the results take care of itself.
Coach, you scored 518 points offensively this season. You scored 63 last week against Hackleburg. Just talk about last week's game over Hackleburg and just talk about the big win.
It was a good win. I mean, every game's just another game. It's a one-game season every week. So you lose, you go home, and you win, you stay in. And so we had a good effort. I think we're making too many mistakes for penalties. It's been our Achilles heel all year, and we've got to somehow eliminate, these penalties. I mean, we're getting hit for 150 to 170 a game of penalty yards, and if we eliminated that problem, we're that much better. So that's our challenge to our kids. Let's just get rid of the penalties and see where it goes.
Coach, just a little over 1 year ago, your team made the trip to Reform, Alabama. You had an opportunity to make the state championship game. You played a team that was making their 7th straight semifinals appearance at the time, and that team is Pickens County's Tornado. And, Coach, your team had the game won. There was a controversial call at the end of the game, and your team ends up falling short 44-40. The season ended. All offseason, everybody talked about Coosa Christian, Pickens County in a rematch for the winner to go to the Super 7. Here you are once again. So let's start by first, Coach, is last year's game where you lost 44-40 that was controversially at the end, is that something that's been brought up this week to your team to kind of catch their attention, or is that something that you completely leave behind, you don't even bring up this week?
I've never brought it up, to be frank with you. I just believe each season's different. The way it ended was a real bummer. Like I told the guys after the game last year, if there was someone crying, I said, wipe your tears up. I don't really care about your tears. And if you'd have went ahead and took care of business and keep it out of everybody else's hands, this wouldn't have been an issue. And that's still the same, it's my same belief. I mean, if you go skull drag a team by 35, 42 points, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Coach, this year's team's different. Every team you have is different. Talk about this year's team against Pickens County. Talk about this game, what you think Pickens County, kind of the way you dissect Pickens County. What are some things that stand out about them? Just kind of preview this game for us.
They're, as you know, Namath, they're incredibly athletic. They've got the speed of a 6A school. And I'm not taking that lightly. I'm being very sincere, So they're very, very fast, and they're used to winning. And when you're used to winning, that's a pretty good recipe. I believe that's Fife's deal. A lot of times, Fife may not be the best team on the field, but they're so used to winning, they take care of business. And so I think Pickens has that same nostalgia around it, where they're just used to winning. I mean, they've been to this thing eight times in a row, and I think that matters. And so I think that's where we're at with it.
Coach, you've already faced one team out of Region 5 in Lynn. That was y'all's second-round opponent. You beat Lynn, obviously, in pretty good, comfortability level. Obviously, you talked about the penalties. But how do you get your team to not look at but Lynn beat Pickens County 28-6. How do you get your guys to not look at that and stay focused at the task at hand, which is Pickens County?
That's a great question, actually. You just hope. You tell the kids, right, what's in front of them. And you hope that the prize is bigger than that moment. And I've told the kids, you just take it one game at a time. You never look forward. You never look back. Don't care about common opponents. Don't care about any of that stuff. We just need to worry about us. And if you take care of us, a lot of times you take care of the problem you're facing anyway.
Yeah, Coach, this is a program that back in 2019, in their last season under Coach Rod Cates, they were 1-9. You come in 2020, Coosa Christian goes to 3-7. 2021, 4-6. Last year, 9-5. A little bit of a tricky 9-5. Your competition non-region is very strong, probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, out of any team in Class 1A. But you made the semifinals and just came up short. Here you are again. You're 8-5, but really on the field, you only got one loss, and you're in the semifinals again. Just talk about how you came in and completely changed the direction of this program.
Yeah, and it all starts with support. You gotta have support, from the administration, and if you don't have that, Namath, you're not going far in this business because it's so competitive. And if you don't have top-down support, you could be Nick Saban and you're not going to flip a program. And I think that, I think that's what we had going in. And of course, we're doing things that, maybe, with the exception of Pell City, I don't think any other school in the state's doing, by putting kids in hotel rooms on Thursday night, and feeding these guys 3 meals a day, and just, many more things than that, buying charter buses, multiple helmets, multiple uniforms, top brand new weight room. I mean, the technology is phenomenal. We're becoming very big on social media, and all those things help. I just think, when you do that much stuff, you're going to get some kind of dividends in return.
Yeah, Coach, obviously we kind of alluded to Pickens County a little bit, but when you look at this team on film, what do you think you got the biggest problem you think it is that Pickens County presents to you guys?
Their speed.
Yeah, all right, the speed. All right, let's talk about just obviously you look at coaching-wise. Obviously, you're a guy that lets your guys coach. You're not a guy that micromanages them. Obviously, you let your guys coach, and a lot of younger coaches as well. Just talk about how those guys have grown every single week and how they also – can just this being a big game like last year, what they bring to this game.
Yeah, and so now they've got some years, experience under the belt. When I took this deal, most of our coaches had no high school football experience. And so, over a period of 3-4 years, they've grown and they've developed into fine young coaches. And now we've got, we're building some depth in the coaching staff, where I think we have 10 coaches. I believe that's right. And so, it looks more like a 6A staff, which is big, especially at the 1A level, because now the coach can focus, position specific. And I think that matters. A lot of times at the smaller schools, you'll have a coach, having to coach 2 or 3 positions on the football field. And when you do that, you're taking away from the actual position you should be coaching. And so that was done intentionally. And so these coaches have stepped up and they've learned the game very well and they've bought in very well. And I'm just appreciative for them for sure.
Yeah, last question, Coach. Obviously a program that hasn't really tasted winning like it is right now. Just talk about what it would mean to this program. Talk about what it would mean to the community of Coosa Christian. Talk what it would mean to the Church of Will Creeks to see this team play in Tuscaloosa next week for a state championship.
Yeah, I hope it would mean as much to them as it does our kids. I hope we've represented this community the right way. And I know, all the stuff that has been going on this year has been a crazy year for sure. But I can tell you we've done it the right way from start to finish. Yeah, it could be very big for this church for sure, very big for this school. And so we just got to finish the game, man.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. I know as a coach in the semifinals, there's so much on your plate, but I do appreciate you making time for me this week.
Always for you.
All right, guys, head coach Mark O'Brien of the Coosa Christian Conquerors getting ready for a big game against the Pickens County Tornadoes. But that'll do it today for the Locker Room. We hope you will join us tomorrow afternoon, same time at 5 p.m. Other than that, catch me on EAN News at 6:30 p.m. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.